Hey, hope you're good. So today we're talking passive income buying a bond. Let's not waste time and get to it. So today we're just covering what a bond is, types of bonds, why buy bonds, interest rate, how does it affect the bonds, then how's bonds different from shares, and how do you start buying the bond. So yeah. So what is a bond? Bond is a loan made by an investor to a borrower. Who is the investor? It's you. Who is the borrower? A company, municipality, government. So normally they will put an interest rate. So after you borrow the money, you gotta get interest rate. You can't just loan somebody and not get interest rate. So they'll pay your interest rate annually or monthly or quarterly, depending on the agreement. And then let's say your loan is like 5 years, like the maturity date is 5 years. So meaning in the next 5 years, you'll be getting interest of how much you loan them. And then at the maturity date, then you get your money back. That's how bond works. So we've got types of bonds. We've got callable bonds which can be redeemed early. So meaning that if, let's say, your maturity date is after 5 years, you give them 1,000, they'll give you interest per month or annually, but you can still get your money within 2.5 years. You can still get your money back. So the only lose is obviously you just got your money back. You're not gonna get interest since you got your money back. That's the difference. And then you've got zero coupon bonds. Those ones, you're not getting interest rate, right? You're buying a bond at a discount. So for example, they'll be like, okay, this bond is worth $600, right? And then after 5 years, we're gonna pay you $1,000, which means how much you made? You made $400 extra. So that's how it works. It doesn't pay you interest rate per month or annually. You only get your money at the maturity date. Inflation-linked bonds, they're also called fixed interest rate, right? So you deposit $1,000, and then every month, obviously, they'll give you a certain portion, but it's based on inflation, right? So if interest rate goes up, you are good. If it goes down, that's where the problem comes. You get what I'm saying? So your interest is not locked, and the value of your amount is also not locked. So remember that if you deposit 1,000 now, after 5 years, your 1,000 is not gonna be worth 1,000. So that's why this one, it doesn't protect you from inflation, but you will still get your 5% because it's a fixed interest rate. If they say it's 5%, you're gonna get your 5% every month. But unfortunately, the money that you invested based on inflation, when you get it, it's not gonna be with the same value. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't, when I'm saying it's not gonna be the same value, I'm not saying that if you deposit 1,000 or if you loan them 1,000, they're not gonna give you 1,000. They'll give you 1,000 back. But at the maturity date, the time your 1,000 is not going to be worth 1,000, right? And then you got convertible bonds. Convertible bonds is one of those bonds at maturity date you can just be like, you know what? Can I convert this into stock or shares? Can I buy the shares of this company? And obviously, these are the kind of bonds that are being given by corporate. You can't find this stuff like in corporate or in governments, because government, they don't sell shares. Then you've got the last one, which is inflation protected bonds. Best one that I'll go for, right? You've got your money is protected by inflation, from inflation, should I put it that way, right? If inflation goes up by 3%, your money also, it goes with inflation. So if you deposit 1,000 today, and then after 5 years, your 1,000 it still has a value of 1,000. If after 5 years, 1,000, the value of 1,000 will be 1.2, then you'll be paid 1.2. So you're not gonna be paid the amount that you invested. You'll be paid the value. You get what I'm saying? So if you deposit 1,000 and the value of 1,000 after 5 years is 1.1, you're gonna be paid 1.1. So it's more based on inflation rate. So if inflation goes up, you are safe, right? And another thing is, when the inflation goes up as well, your interest rate obviously goes up, because a 5% of an increase inflation rate, which means it's going to increase the amount that you've used to invest. Let's say you have an inflation rate of 3%. Your money, your $1,000 is going to grow by 3%, right? And then now you're gonna get an interest of 1,000 plus 3%. I don't know if it's gonna be 1,030. So your interest now is no longer 5% of 1,000 of the initial money that you deposited. It's a 5% of your money plus inflation. So yeah, that's how it works. You might ask yourself a question: why buy bonds? Low risk. That's the reason. Like, it's low risk compared to other investment opportunities. You also get protection from inflation. You get your money back at maturity. There are a lot of options that you can use, like that you can buy. So yeah, that's why you can go for bonds, because they're very low risk. And I mean, government municipality is going to pay you back. Big corporate companies are going to pay you back. The government, like loaning the government, they're going to pay you back. So that's what I'm saying. It's low risk. So, and yeah, how bonds are different from shares? You might be asking yourself, like, why should I buy bonds? Why don't I just go for shares? So here's the difference. With shares, the money that you're going to invest with is not protected. So with bonds, you've got protection. So with bonds, you are guaranteed interest, to be paid interest. With shares, it's more based on how the company performed. If the company is doing good, yes, you're gonna get your money. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. Sometimes you end up losing the initial amount that you invested with. So with bonds, after 5 years, you're getting your money back, and during the period, you're getting interest. So that's how bonds are different from shares. I'm not saying bonds are better than shares. It's up to you to choose which one is better. How to start? Obviously, you will need a broker. You'll have to buy these bonds via the broker. So I'm gonna leave the 2 links in my description. So one of them is Easy Equities, and then another one is RSA Retail Bonds.gov.za. So I'm gonna leave the 2 links in my description. I'm not recommending this, so you can also go look for your own. So I'm not saying use them, I'm just telling you which ones do I know, and I'm not saying trust them. So yeah, thank you for taking your time in watching this video. I hope it was exciting. So if you're new to this comment, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video as well. So in my next video, I'll be talking about cryptocurrency. So stay tuned, I'll post that video soon.